Okay, let's try that again. So, let's get into the end of the day plus a recap. The mic is far again on account of the fan that refuses to stop. Hopefully, it can pick this up. Okay, so if I remember from yesterday, if I am pretty sure we were somewhere in here. I did say we left some beautiful equals up here which could be targeted, and that is exactly what happened, right? The 4 hour equal highs were targeted, but unfortunately there was nowhere to follow that play or that idea, right? So it left without us. USD coming into London. Yesterday we had this 1 hour POI holding, so expectations were for this bullish momentum to continue. And of course we did have that, right? We already had the bust, so this was already bullish. The only question was not if but when do we continue. So coming into London this morning, I had my eyes on this POI right here. Unfortunately, the market did not come into it. Instead, it swept this low and then switched bullish. This is 8:30, literally 30 minutes before my, I want to say legal time to start, or my usual time, which is like an hour before London, which is actually Frankfurt Open, if I'm not mistaken. Um, this price action in here, I was not looking for anything in here. I think if you are more experienced, right, you maybe potentially could start looking for trades in there, right, without this what I consider to be a high probability POI being tagged, right? Because it's not tagged, it doesn't have to, right? But in terms of confluence, you do have the sweep of the Asian low, right? After the sweep, you have full screen. After the sweep, right? If you look at the structure, right? After the sweep of the Asian low, it comes up, it comes down. Potentially, you could have traded that because you have the sweep of the low and then a strong bullish close above this internal high, right? And then you have another break of this high right there, which potentially means as well you could have followed this POI, which means this low is holding, and those are your potentials, right? Potentially what you could have done, of which I was not looking for, but I think potentially they're not too bad of ideas, but I'd say they are for more risky, require more experience to be comfortable taking such ideas, right? But in this case, it does work out. But what I was looking for was this low to at least come into here, and then if I saw something like this after it came into here, I would have been a little bit more happy with taking that. But unfortunately, we did not get that. And then there was another one where if you are following the correct internal structure, which would have been I was break, I was up, this is the internal low, internal high, you would have had your internal highlight there, right? It breaks out there. This is a flip. So this would have been your POI, but look at that, how huge the POI is. So it's huge like that. It's really a tricky one to trade within. And you didn't have like a strong liquidation as well, so pretty tough to follow. Pretty tough to follow the price action within here, so I'm not too mad about not being a part of this specific move. But we do have something similar but better on GU, right? Which I did in fact get involved in. Also, me saying I did get involved in, I did not use the funding challenge. I used the small personal account that I said I would be getting at the start of the month, which I did get. So I did get involved. I will attach a screenshot in there of that. Should I take a pause while the screenshot shows? It doesn't really matter. But the idea was still there, right? We are very bullish on GU, so we're looking to follow the price action closely. But unlike EU, the idea here was better, right? A little bit better, little bit of a better idea, and you did get your risk to reward. The thing was, I can't. Damn, this is why you should probably take notes as these things happen, so the idea is in your mind, and what you're thinking on the spot you record instead of trying to think back on it and why I convinced myself not to take the trade. I can't remember exactly why I convinced myself not to get involved. I can't remember exactly why. Oh, that's bad actually, because I think it was an issue of the 50% like entering on the 60%, something like that, and not just this candle. But I remember long ago I did say if the candle is like small enough, I should be taking the risk entry on the whole candle because you still get your RR easy. I can't remember exactly why I didn't take this, which is making me a little bit upset because why did I talk myself out of it? I can't remember exactly why, which is actually important to know why you did not get involved here. Okay, that's a little bit bad, I'd say. Because why did I not get involved? I think this price actually looks decent. You just had a break of structure. You're playing against 2A, targeting the 4 hour. Could it have been because it had a tiny sweep of the 4 hour? Can't be. It's heavily bullish, so why wouldn't I want to follow price as close as possible? Okay. A little bit suspicious on my own part as to why I didn't get involved there. So I'd say this is another wasted opportunity because why didn't I get involved? Okay, whatever. It is what it is, it's done. On the personal account though I did get in. Ah man, this is okay, but this is part of the challenges I did say you could have where learning to balance the two different spheres or structures in terms of trading different accounts. And so I guess I'd have to. It's good that I actually started this so I can work this out before I get another funding challenge. So okay, anyway, price action, not the best, not the worst, decent opportunity right there that was not taken. And yeah, we'll see tomorrow what happens, and maybe a little bit more focus, man, to actually enter these trades, you know. Maybe actually fucking enter the trades. Who knows? Maybe they'll work out. And then USD like I did say yesterday, my expectation was going to come back in and then continue lower. It didn't come back as deep, but the expectation is to come back up, go lower, and did exactly that. And yeah, I'd still probably expect more of that, even though we probably will get a daily break. We did get a daily break. So now you'll start thinking about pullbacks on the daily, right? Which would be, let's say, to this POI maybe for another quick move down before the bigger move up. So be careful following like the heavy sells, thinking about the daily may start its pullback. So taking sells, just be a little bit more cautionary and think about the daily. Like it would be good if we get a 4-hour change of character, would mean a 15-minute swing break and then start looking for the pullback. But as always, we let price develop and then take it from there. See what happens. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.